Welcome back to the shed, friends. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us today. It's folks like you that keep me doing this kind of thing, and I do appreciate it a lot. If you're a subscriber, awesome. Thank you. Ring the bell, because there are times that YouTube doesn't do its job, and the only way you're going to find out about new videos that we do is if you ring the bell. And I know you hear other people say that too. It's the truth. You got to ring that bell. So click the button, all that. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd love to have you around and joining us in the things that we do around here, TSG style, as I say. And Patreon patrons, you guys are very awesome. I thank you a lot. You're much appreciated. If you're not a Patreon patron and you'd like to consider to do so, I'll put a link over here, and you can take a look at that, and I would greatly appreciate it. Well, today it's going to be a answer a question day. Let me see if I can pull this question up. This a few months ago, I did a video with this Ryobi inverter, and I had a literally last minute need. It was a Thursday, and we had a gig on Sunday. And I needed to get some remote power because I couldn't rely on any AC being where I needed to do this video. So I went out and I found this on the internet, and went out and got it. As luck would have it, we already had a Ryobi lawnmower, and so we had a couple of batteries. All we needed was the inverter to convert this is a 40 volt battery, 6 amp hour, and convert it into 120. All right, and then I can plug in the video cameras and some of the gear that I needed and run it, and it works successfully. I'll put a video to that. I'll put a link to that video. You can watch us testing it and how it worked out. And I was, let's see, spoiler alert, I was pleased. Okay, but the one thing that somebody just recently viewed that video, the one thing they asked me was, let's pull this up. How long do Ryobi 40 batteries last? That was the video. And the question comes from Will Brunson. So thank you, Will. Appreciate you asking the question. He says, would you mind throwing a multimeter on the output of the inverter to test how true that 120 volt output is? Video and lighting engineer here. Thank you. Yeah, so evidently he does video and lighting. He's wondering, will this thing work for him? And the reason why he would ask that is if you have too much voltage or too little voltage, and actually too little voltage can be more damaging because many circuits will, if you have too much, it'll ratchet it down to the correct voltage. But if you have low voltage, it can't ratchet up, and that can cause some damage to some equipment. So I fully understand that. When I did it, I was kind of in panic mode, and I plugged it in, and it worked. Now, in my particular case, everything I was using used wall warts, and I feel if it wasn't going to work properly, the wall wart wouldn't convert to the proper. I think those systems use either 12 volt, I think they're all 12 volt DC. It just wouldn't generate enough, and it just wouldn't work. That was my feeling on it. But the challenge is good. Will this thing produce real 120 volts, or somewhere between 117 and 125? And that's usually the safe margin that most pieces of electronic equipment are set for to work well. And if I'm wrong, sorry. No, I think there's some leeway there. But we want to see. So I'm going to take my brand new high voltage meter. Actually, it's not brand new. This was my dad's. And he worked as a professional electrician for much of his life. And he has one of these, or had one of these. This is a Square D. Those of you that are into electrical things, you'll know who Square D is. You might even have a Square D panel on your house. If you go outside and take a look, you may have a Square D panel out there. Anyway, I might just use this just for grins, but I do have a little modern style. And so let's go back over to the table here. Let's bring the camera down, take a look, see if we have 120 volts. Got the Ryobi. It's got 4 bars. Now, fully charged. I just charged it recently. And this thing's ready to go as well. I'm going to turn this on its side. And if you watch the video, the previous video, you'll see that when you press that, it turns green. Can you see that it's kind of green colored? It means things are powered up and ready to go. I'm going to take my trusty voltmeter. Let's see. I'm going to set it to AC 200. Okay, AC volts 200. It's now reading 0 volts. Don't do this at home. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Okay, well, kind of. Gonna stick the probes down inside. One down there, one down there. And it says 123.3. Oh, high, low. Oops, it's goofy. There you go. 123. So 123 volts. Can you see that? Oh, it just popped out. Put that back in there. Go back in there. There. Focus on there. 123. I don't know why it's fluctuating like that. Maybe because the contact isn't all that. There you go. Contact is better now. 123, and it does fluctuate a little bit. Very cool. All right. Let's pull this stuff out. 123 volts. Now, I don't know how long it's going to sustain at 123 volts. But we will find out. I'll shove that in there. I'll shove that in there. Ooh, it's vibrating. Can you hear that? Listen. Yeah, it's vibrating. But it does say 120. That's where the green thing... You see, it's... Let's get a little closer. Can you see that? It's hard to do 2 things at once. Jeepers. Okay, let's focus on that. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Yeah, right. I don't get paid squat for doing this. I do this because I enjoy it. And I enjoy showing you this stuff. Okay, here we go. Pop that baby in there. There, did you see it move? Awesome. 120 volts. Okay, so that's a rough estimate. Let me try this. All right, how about that? It's a hullub. Yeah, AC, DC. All you got to do is plug this baby in, and the neon lamp down here will light up, and you'll get voltage up here. And so I'll plug that in there. I'm doing this because these probes are actually designed. There you go. Good polarity, and it indicates it's above 115, but not 220. Right on. It seems to work. I know. Consistency. How consistent? You know, no, those probes don't come out. Oh, gone. Yeah. See, these probes are not. They're not blades, and therefore can be somewhat problematic when you plug that in. Okay, there you go. What's it saying? It's kind of weird. 123. Maybe you'll know. Will, do you know why that's doing that? Jumping all over the place. There you go. 123. I certainly don't want to be touching something. It does seem like it dips. 123 though. Pretty solid right there. Okay. Went down to 77. I don't understand. This is supposed to be a sine wave too, not square wave. And it could be this. It could be. There you have it. And then to turn it off. Hold it. Oh, there you go. Then when the light goes out, it's off. There you go. Well, I'm satisfied Are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
123 volts. Pretty consistent. Now, how long will that last? Well, I don't know. I've had this operational running 3 video cameras. Go back and watch that other video, okay? I had it, I think it was like 2 hours. I did 2 1-hour back-to-back consecutive things, so I got 2 hours of continuous use. I never did check voltage after the first hour to see if it had dipped any. I'm hoping, this is a big hope on my part, that the circuitry in here will continue to regulate right at least 120 and not below. And if it does, I think that's when it starts to cut off. But I have yet to have it cut off on me. Oh, I gotta... There you go. Now it's off. For some reason, I must have pressed the button and started it. So I'm going to stand by it. At least running low voltage. That is, wall warts to a low voltage camera seems to work fine. I think in that video too, we tried plugging in a light and a few other things. Wouldn't work. It's a maximum of 300 watts. You probably could stick a bulb. You know, I have a test I can do right here. I have a bulb. Let's see. Before we go, sorry, things are going to shake just a little bit. Okay, this is going to take a minute to set up. Okay, inside of this housing is a 25 watt bulb, I believe. And I'm going to be daring plug it in and then turn it on. I got nothing. Oh, I got to turn it on. There you go. Turn the power on. There you go. 25 watt bulb works, seems to work fine. Maybe this would be a good way to test. Now, I'm on a 6-inch bench grinder. If I turn this on, I wonder what's going to happen. Yeah, the circuit just shut that thing off. So it takes a lot of crank power. Ooh, I wonder if I destroyed it. Now it's not working. Is there a reset button someplace? You press it once. Oh, I think I might have toasted it. Well, there you go. I took it to failure, folks. I wasn't planning on that. Talk about taking one for the team. All right, so the battery is still working fine. I think I blew the inverter. I would have thought there would be an overload protection. This thing is supposed to turn red when there's an overload and then quit. And it certainly did quit. I'll have to watch the video to see if it turned red. I wasn't watching the lamp, but let me slide that thing on there. Yeah, now it's not coming on at all. And even the fancy light. There must be a oops switch on here, an overload switch somewhere that I'm not familiar with. I'll have to take a look at that. Can you see that? Yeah, the fuse is blown. Got to replace that 15 amp fuse. Gonna pop that guy out. It's basically, I don't know if you can see it, but that fuse right there. Got to desolder it. Get another fuse. We'll get this fixed. Will Brunson, there you go. It won't work with a grinder, but it does give 123 volts. Keep it under 300 watts. I think you're going to be fine. And it's on the video. How long do Ryobi 40 volt batteries last? I'll put a link to that below. You can watch that one. In the meantime, I'm going to do a little research and see if there's a way to recover from this. And if there's not, I'll let you know. All right. All right. That's all I got for you today. We got some more videos coming up, more stuff happening with Christmas gifts and things that we got and I'd like to share with you. Recently, we just did a Streamlight flashlight. And somebody had asked about, they like the Streamlight. It was that pencil thin Streamlight. There is one that's half that length, so it's even smaller. And it's rechargeable with USB as well. So I've got that I'm going to throw on the table. So make sure you're subscribed and all of that. Ring the bell, do all that stuff, and then we'll get back. And by the way, make sure you ring the bell so you can see if I was able to recover this. All right. God bless you. God bless America. May America bless God. See you. There you go. It has a reset. You press it once, and then you're supposed to hold it for 2 seconds. Let's see if that'll work.